live. This meeting is being live streamed. Got it. I love all the disclaimers now, like when you come on Zoom and it says that it's being recorded and you have to acknowledge it. So we can't sneak anything. All right, just I'm waiting for it to pop up on Facebook. There we are. All right, we're on Facebook. Good morning, Facebook world. Yay. The sun came back. It was nice to have the clouds over the weekend. I have to admit, it was kind of nice, but I'm super happy the sun's back.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 75 today, which sounds just right.
Yeah, that is good. That 90, 100 degrees, that's hot. That is hard. So, oh well. Just soak up the last few rays of sun before the kids go back to school, and it's fall.
All right, you guys all ready to go?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, stand by.
I'm on the web. The views expressed on this program are those of the host, guest, and callers, and are not necessarily those of KKNW, its management, or other advertisers. This program is sponsored by Nicole Mangina of Windermere Real Estate.
And this is my time.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 425 Show, your place to be for all things real estate and lifestyle related here on the East Side. I'm your host, Nicole Mangina with Windermere Real Estate. Welcome to the show. We usually start the show with a real estate update, but today I wanted to start with a moment of gratitude. Thank you for being a listener of the 425 Show and being on this journey. We are actually getting ready to wrap up the 425 Show. This is our next to last show. Our last show will be next Tuesday at the end of August. And oh my goodness, what a journey it's been. Thank you for joining us. It's been 3.5 years since we started the show. And I still remember when when I signed the radio contract and I thought, oh my gosh, I don't think this thing's going to make it 6 weeks. But here we are, 3.5 years later. I am still a real estate agent. That has always been my career and will continue to be my career after the radio show. But the radio show has always been something near and dear to my heart, because I have always believed that where you live is about more than bedrooms and baths. It's about the people and the businesses and the awesome events that make this truly one of the best places in the world to live. I have to admit, I travel a lot, and every now and then I think, oh, I need to move for no particular reason other than I think I need a change. And sure enough, you land that plane into SeaTac and you see the water and the trees and the mountains, and there is nowhere better to live. So it has been my great joy for the last 3.5 years to introduce all of you to what makes this a great area. Again, the people and the businesses and the events, nothing makes me happier than when I have a guest on the show and I hear from them later and they have new business or they met new clients or somebody made an amazing connection they wouldn't have otherwise without the show. So yay. Exactly. And as always, I'm here with real estate questions. If you need help buying or selling, you can always find me via email, nicole@nicolemangina.com. There you go. And without further ado, I am so excited for our guest today. We have Tracey Warren joining us this morning. How are you, Tracey?
I am fantastic. I actually just got chills as you were talking about how great it is to live here, because I'm a native and I was born here and I'm never leaving.
That's awesome. And see, I'm not a native. My dad was military. So I think that's where I get the little like antsiness every now and then, because I grew up moving every 2 to 3 years and I've been here for 32 years. So again, I love it. But I think every now and then that like little part from my youth comes and I get a little itchy. I'm like, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going somewhere. And then I get on a plane, and as much as I love my travel, I'm like, well, who wants to live here when I already live in the Northwest?
Yes.
So it's all good. But I'm excited to have you on the show today. You have a new book, Ignite Your Champions.
I do.
Today. Yay! Yay! Applause. I know writing a book is a big deal, by the way. That's a big accomplishment.
It is. It doesn't feel quite real yet because I don't have it in my hand yet. I just ordered the proof
Uh-huh.
which will be here on Monday, and then it will feel a little more real. But when I get the case of books that I'm going to order, then it will really feel like, okay, I did this.
Wow.
I mean, I did it, and it doesn't, because it's not in my hands yet, it doesn't quite feel like it's happened.
I know. It's making me laugh because I'm like, I think that makes us old because for us, it's not real if we can't feel it and touch it.
Okay, I will, that's fine. That's totally
But I'm
fine
right there with
me.
you.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your book, Ignite Your Champions. What's it all about?
Well, it has a subtitle, and the subtitle is kind of gives the rest of it away, which is building your business by creating connection and community.
Mhm.
I see so many people struggle
Yes.
with all the marketing, struggle with all, like, they hate Facebook, but know they have to do it. And when you can gather a community around you, it makes everything in your life and business easier. So that's really what it's about.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. So community as it relates to business then, and how you bring people together to help support your business, or?
Yes, and because recently someone shared something with me about like friendship versus business relationships. And for me, the two are intertwined. I mean, I can't really separate my life and my business. And it's those business relationships that I've been building over the last number of years that's my community. And so when
Right.
something yucky happens, like a cancer diagnosis, those are the folks that came running to my support, rescue, help,
Right.
whatever words you want to use,
Mhm.
by creating connection and community.
Mhm.
I see so many people struggle
Yes.
for words you want to use,
Mhm.
by creating connection and community.
Yeah.
I see
Benny,
so
are you
many
there? We have some feedback.
I've fixed it. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Thank you. No, that's okay. I was like, wow, look at us. Like our lips aren't even moving and there's sound happening.
It's technology these days. My
I
apologies.
love it. See, we have a community. Benny is part of our community and he
That's
knows how to
right.
fix it. Thank you, Benny.
You're welcome.
I love it. So what is your background prior to, and in addition to, because you're still doing it? Kind of how did you come about writing this book? You mentioned you've had some things go on in your life that kind of put your community to the test and really allowed you to see like, wow, I'm not in this alone.
Well, I currently run a co-working space, and I have been doing that for 4+ years.
Mhm.
And before that, I ran a social media marketing company, but always that was about creating community, right?
Yeah.
Like using social media to help you find your community and rally them.
Sure.
And what I realized a couple years ago, a business coach friend of mine said, Tracey, what if your co-working space is just your side hustle? And boy, that's all it took to plant the seed to go, okay, I have more to offer than just a place to work.
Got it.
And so this iteration came back and supporting specifically women in business, because women, I feel like they have all these brilliant ideas and don't know how to put them out in a way that
Sure.
brings people to them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it should be easy. God, make it easy for people to do business with you. That's kind of an ongoing theme for me is,
Sure.
why do business people make it so hard? Like, Nicole, at the open of this show, you're like, look, reach out to me. Here's my email address. Great. Thank you for giving me a way to reach out to you. But that's not always what business owners do.
They don't. And you're so right about that. Sometimes you're like, hello, I would like your help. Like, how do we do this whole thing?
Yeah.
It's
like they have forms on their website that you submit the form and then you never hear from them, or there's no phone number anywhere, or like, make it easy.
Yes. So do you coach people then? Do you help people figure that out, or that's what the book is about?
Both.
Okay.
So that's what the book is about. And I'm launching a new program
Mhm.
to support people in doing that.
Mhm.
It's all kind of happening all at the same time because I'm also launching a podcast because I choose a word of the year every year. And my
Ooh.
word this year is audacious.
I
Whew.
love it. Such a perfect word for you.
Like, so I have this sign above my desk. It says, "What would audacious Tracey do?" And I'm like, would audacious Tracey launch a book and a podcast at the same time? Yeah, I think so. Thankfully, I have a husband who's an audio engineer, so that
Oh,
really,
that's helpful.
that's very helpful. And yeah, I just think there's, so yes, coaching. I don't want to be a coach because I really want to tell people what to do. And that's not what coaches are supposed to do. Anyway, I make myself laugh. But
That's funny. That's okay. I think there's a lot of people that appreciate just being told what to do.
yeah, I mean, obviously there's back and forth in there, but
Right.
like, hey, here's an idea. You should try this.
Right.
That's consulting, not coaching.
Oh, well,
I
guess
know. It's a fine
potato,
line.
potato.
Yeah.
Either way, I think if you help people get results, it's whatever you want it to be.
That's right. Oh, I love that.
So that's great. Yeah, it really is about the community. And that's when it's fun. And that's, I think, what I've always loved and appreciated about real estate. I feel like the lines between my work life and my personal life, especially after having done this for 25 years, and really almost all of my business is repeat and referral. So a lot of people, like, we're connected way beyond a real
Sure.
estate transaction. And that's when it's fun. And that's when, yeah, you find out like, oh, one client happens to do this, and that's nice. And another happens to do that. And we all kind of form this interwoven community.
Well, and I feel like real estate, like even the title real estate agent is so small compared to what you actually do, right?
Yes.
You're a therapist and sometimes a marriage counselor,
Mhm.
and there's all manner of things that get wrapped up in what you do. And I think that's the same for most of us. And we put ourselves in these little tiny box. Like, this is
Sure.
me in my little tiny box, when a lot of us are so much bigger than that.
Absolutely.
We make ourselves, some people make themselves smaller for any number of reasons. And like, you're brilliant.
Thank
You
you.
should own your brilliance, right? Which you do.
Right.
You absolutely do. And but it's like real estate agent is just a tiny part of what your expertise is, right?
For sure. But I think it's helpful to have somebody and a book like Ignite Your Champions to help connect the dots, because we don't always see how things are related. Right.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
it's pretty cool when you start pulling on that thread to see how it all comes together. I mean, it happens all the time in real estate, right? Because again, it's not about that individual house. It's about the neighborhood that it's in, and
Mhm.
the grocery store you're going to go to, and the people you're going to run into, and the park you're going to take your children to, and
Sure.
where you're going to eat dinner, and how are you going to spend your weekends. And all of that plays into, that's why not all houses are created equal. Otherwise, you just buy the first 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath house that you drove by, that was in your price range, right? But there's all these other things
Yeah.
that affect how you want to live and what your life becomes. It's so fascinating. Our oldest is about to be a senior, and in high
Ooh.
school, I know, right? Now I totally wish I had held him back. Darn it. I was so excited to get him out the door to school when he was in kindergarten. And I'm like, shoot, we should have waited a year. But with him, I'm looking back at his thread, right? Of like, who are his friends and his sports, and what schools did he go to? And all of that is from the house that we bought,
Right.
right? Because it's the neighbors we had, and the t-ball team he was on, and then the grade that we did put him into school, and who were his classmates that year as opposed to the other year. And it's all great stuff. I mean, and I think a lot of it just is, it's neither here nor good nor bad, but it just is. But it's interesting how, we formed this community and our champions and how that's affected us, in the last, well, he's about to be 17 in the last 17 years. So, yeah, it's big. And so I think it's great that you're out there and you've got the book. Are there any tips that you can share from the book that would help people in terms of igniting their champions?
Sure. I feel like one of the easiest things that we can do is and this is going to sound ridiculous, but
Oh, I love it. I'm in.
take a list, find who your champions are, right?
Okay.
Like they could be the people who you're already connected to, or maybe someone you want to be more connected with, and then follow them on all the socials and then comment.
Got it. And how do you define a champion? Like, what's your definition of a champion?
My definition of a champion is those raving fans. Sometimes they're people who are already raving about you and you haven't acknowledged them.
Sure.
Like the people that you can reach out to and ask for help. It's these people but it's intentional, right? I'm making deposits in their emotional piggy banks.
Got it.
And then when there comes time when I really need help with something, then I can look at them and go, you know what? I've been supporting them in whatever that looks like. I bet I can ask them for help on this. And
sure.
I think the biggest key is it has to be authentic and it cannot be, you can't be keeping score. Like,
right.
Oh, I've done these 5 things for you, so now you owe me. It's no, I'm building relationships. And I think another key is you need to do unto them as they would like to have done to them. It's the platinum rule instead of the golden rule.
Yeah.
Because if I have a friend who says, don't you dare ever call me, but you can text me. Like if I start calling her to stay in touch, well, I've already not honored the way she wants to be communicated with.
Got it.
I actually had that happen with a friend recently, and she was like, well, you could have called me. I said, you said you don't answer your phone. She goes, well, I would answer if it was you. I'm like, okay, well, now I know. But I think that engaging with people on social media is the easiest way to acknowledge someone. Like when you're doing a podcast, as an example, it can feel like you're talking to no one or talking to yourself.
Yes.
And so just the simple acknowledgement, whether that's, wow, that was a great show, or, oh, I'm so excited to meet these people that you introduced us to. Like, first of all, it goes a long way for you because it's like, oh, I'm not just talking to myself and Benny. I actually am talking to some other people. But that comment also tells the algorithm that your content is interesting, and so it delivers it to more people. So
got it.
And it takes no time, right? I don't have to make a phone call. I can go on and make a 30-second comment.
Sure.
And it makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, it does. I love your yeah, I can tell you're passionate about this. It's like, yes, this is your life's work. I love your comment about not keeping score. I think that is huge. And it's something that I have, I'm not going to say struggled with. I think other people struggle with it, but I know in my business, in any type of business, there's all kinds of tracking stuff, right? You're supposed to track it and know your numbers. And I've been in business for 25 years. I know the numbers I need to know to run a successful business. But, certain people like really get nitty gritty with the tracking of who did you connect with and when and this and that and the other. And that nothing shuts my business down faster than that, because I start keeping score, or I start, I evaluate things on a different level other than if I just show up and you know what, I am here to serve and I am here to help people. And I don't know who I'm going to help today or how I'm going to help them, but somebody out there needs my help. And I'm just going to be there and do the very best I can and trust that it all comes back in lots of various ways, some of which
Yes.
include new clients. That's when it's magical and it's seamless and it's great for everybody. When I get too into the nitty gritty of the keeping score, not only does it not work for my business, but it's just not fun. It's not something I enjoy.
Well, and trusting that it's going to come back is hard.
Yeah.
And it also, when I think about it that way, and if it's not coming back, right? Like, I think that's a time to reevaluate, right?
Right.
Like,
exactly.
I have been a part of a networking group where I gave and gave and gave and gave referrals, and it didn't come back. And I trusted for probably longer than I should have. And
Mhm.
when it was time to reevaluate, it's like, you know what? It's not happening.
Right.
And then you, like, this is the identifying the champions piece, is that it doesn't have to be everyone.
Right.
It can't be everyone. Like, you and I both have over 2,000 friends on Facebook. Like, I cannot listen to 2,000 people. You can't listen. We can't listen to 2,000 people.
No.
And so another, like, quick tip for me in the age of pandemic, the longer we're in this, the more I am getting clear about protecting my energy.
Sure.
And so what I have done, one of the things I have done is I have favorited
Mhm.
a number of friends
I love
on
it.
Facebook. So then when I log in theory, because I'm not always seeing this, I'm seeing them at the top of my feed.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So you don't miss anything for them.
Right. And they're the ones who, like, one, I want to engage with. So that helps that they're at the top, but also they're positive and helpful and solution oriented.
Yeah.
Not that I want to be in a bubble, but one of the things that I share all the time is we have a lot of control over what we
Sure.
see on Facebook. And so I'm going to find all the tips and tricks. And the other thing is I experiment with everything before I try to teach it. Right?
Yeah.
So what ridiculous thing can I do with my Facebook feed now that's going to help me with my energy and my sanity? And
Absolutely. Oh, I think I'm a big believer in that. One of my husband's nicknames for me is Snow Globe. Because somebody at one point was saying something about something negative happening. And he's like, oh, she lives in a snow globe. It's always happy in there.
oh my God.
Because I do like to control my environment a little bit and how I interact and who I interact with. Because you know what? It makes me happier. And I think if I'm happier, the world's a better place.
Yes, for sure.
So
For sure.
we can all make our own little snow globes, and that's not such a bad thing.
I freaking love that visualization. I'm gonna run with that. Make your own snow globe.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
I can have glitter snow, right? Like, I don't have to have
of course. Is there any other kind of snow? I don't think so. Oh my goodness. If you're just tuning in today, we have Tracey Warren on the show with us, the author of Ignite Your Champions. We will certainly have links on our website. If people want to reach out to you and find out, gosh, more about the book, about your coaching / consulting / just tell me how to do it. Because that's really what we want anyway. I know every now and then I'm talking to my coach and she asks me a question. I'm like, geez, can't you just tell me the answer? Like, I don't want to discover it. Just tell me.
Yes, I have felt that. Oh man.
How do people connect with you? Because you have incredible wisdom to share.
Well, I'm on Facebook, Ignite Your Champions, or Instagram.
Got it.
Ignite Your Champions, or my website is igniteyourchampions.com.
Awesome. And they can check out all the great stuff that you have there.
Oh my gosh, they can.
That's awesome. Any other tips you want to share? What's one other great tip
Hmm.
for people to,
Wow.
you talked about identifying your champions. I think that's a big thing. That alone, I think, is a big step for a lot of people. They've never really sat down to look at, gosh, that I think is just a great thing to realize, because we get so into our days, right? You're like, oh, I got to do it alone. I got to figure it out, and just take a step back and realize we all have champions. Like, to identify them intentionally, I think is fantastic.
Yeah. It just makes it saves time.
Mhm.
And not that the champions are the only people I'm paying attention to, but I really want to be most intentional with them. And it means a lot of things. Like, it means that I show up where they are,
Right. Yeah.
which can be, it might seem kind of creeperish sometimes, but
Oh, we've all embraced our inner stalker, especially in
that's
the last
right.
year.
I think, what's another tip I could share? So one of the things that I talk about in the book is social media, and there are a lot of social media consultants, coaches, bossy
Right.
pants out there that say you must be everywhere and you must do everything. And that is the biggest crock of crap. It also keeps you in hustle, right?
Thank you
Like,
for saying that.
I don't do stories, I don't do reels, I don't do IG live. I want marketing to be full of ease and
Mhm.
joy.
I love it.
And it's not going to be full of ease and joy if I feel like, oh my gosh, I have to post everywhere.
Right.
Even when I'm thinking about doing my podcast, it's like, no, the podcast has to be easy and joyful,
Yeah.
or I'm not doing it, because that would be out of alignment with what I'm trying to do. And I think, like, if you hate something, don't do it. Hey, you're free. Now, there are some exceptions, right? Do you need to have, if you have a business, should you have a profile on LinkedIn? Probably.
Yeah.
And then maybe you're on Instagram or Facebook.
Right.
But the other thing I see people do is they're so busy doing all the things that they never stop and look at, they never measure anything. Like, Nicole, you said, when you get too engaged in measuring, then you get kind of off. But
Mhm.
I think you need to measure something
Yeah, exactly.
to know whether it's quote unquote working or not.
For sure.
And I think that's a big miss for a lot of business owners. They're just so busy doing everything. They don't have time to stop and go, okay, is this working?
Right.
And I'm not talking about more views on your video or going viral or having 1 million followers, because the truth is that you don't own any of that.
Right.
So, yeah, I could go on a rant for
I
another
know.
half an
I
hour.
love it.
And
Well,
I know
think
we're
the best thing for people to do is to just get your book, Ignite Your Champion.
yes,
'Cause- Yay!
it's not quite out, but it will be soon.
Okay, but they can go to your website and find out more about it and when
They
it
sure
will
can.
be available. Awesome.
Yes.
So we will have links to that on our website after the show, NicoleMangina.com/podcast. And thank you for joining us today, Tracey. It's so good to connect with you. I loved catching up, hearing about your book, and sharing it with everybody. And thank you, everybody who tuned in for the next to last show of the 425 show. It's been such an amazing journey, and I can't thank you enough for being here.
Thank you so much, Nicole.
Yeah. Thanks, Tracey. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.
All right. All clear.
Awesome.
Sorry about